Welcome to Wars Abyss. I am Rogue Dubs. In today's video, we're going to be going over the small patch that was deployed a couple days ago. I was away at the time from family being in town, so I'm going to get you caught up here in this video with my thoughts on that little patch. Before we get into that, though, I wanted to give you guys two hints, two guides to help you as we move through Warriors Abyss here. The first one is to make sure you've joined the Rogue Dubs Kitchen Discord, called the Kitchen because they call me Chef on my live streams. So there'll be a link to that in the description of this video for the Discord. We got a lot of good discussion going on there, especially about the recent news of 25th anniversary, where they're going to be doing a DLC for Origins, also a remaster of an earlier Dynasty Warriors title. Very exciting. And then the second tip is this tool we're looking at right here. This was made by Winathan of the community very graciously. It is an interactive spreadsheet website hosted on GitHub. You can use this to sort by emblem by clicking an emblem up here. You can sort by transcended or non-transcended. You can sort by personal emblems of Shinobi, Master Archer. So say you were looking for all the Shinobis, you wanted to see their transcended forms. That would pull up all 11 Shinobi here. You'd be able to go through and see what their summon skill is, what they need to upgrade it, what their tactic is, how that is upgraded. So there'll be a link to this as well. Website done by Winathan of the community. It's super useful. I use it a lot for my videos, and it's a nice thing to have, I would say, companion-wise, have up. It's a good reference point as well for things I've talked about, like there's 23 Wei, that's part of the reason why Wei is so strong, 45 Brave Generals, just some quick things you can grab as far as, what is good to make a build around. So those are the first 2 points to make before we dive into the patch notes. All right, so I'm on the Koei Tecmo America website here. There'll be a link to that as well in the description about update this small patch that was deployed on the 1st of August. Let's take a look at it and give you my quick thoughts on it. So first note here, made it even more likely for the Record of Sin effect, makes it more likely for certain emblems to appear for saplings to be triggered. This is really nice. I was doing a run recently where I was using the one that made ice heroes more likely to appear, and it felt like there wasn't really that big of a change as far as like seeing ice people more often. So I'm glad they buffed that, because that was something that I definitely noticed. Just to the amount of Tears of Blood that can be acquired at Tears of Blood portals. So this means that they increased it. By adjusted, they mean increased. They increased the amount of Tears of Blood acquired at Tears of Blood portals, which is great. It gives you a little more incentive to go to. I think it was 2,000 before, and now it's like 5,000. It's crazy. Adjusted contents of treasure chests that appear upon completing missions, more likely to contain items like crystal beads and formations. Increased amount of Tears of Blood and card members acquired. Another great change. Obviously, getting crystal beads and chests is massive, and formations as well can be big. Though, if you're me, it feels like it's round shield a lot of the time, which is, kind of unfortunate. But I still think they should just take out Spring Water, the thing that gives you Muso charge. It's just so worthless. It does nothing. It does nothing. All right, let's get to some hero changes. Unique tactics of the below heroes have been changed after Transcendence. Julian, upgraded effect now counts all heroes, not just Shu. Interesting. So that is going to allow you to get status infliction with anyone and also buff their attribute power. This will be a reason, I would say, to use Julian. It's kind of a justification for his threshold being so much higher than everybody else, right? That's what we've all been wondering, like, why is this so hard to activate? So they, instead of changing the activation effects, they just made the effect apply to everybody, which is a fine change. All right, these are some crazy changes. Jahadun, his barrier damage effect now counts for commanders. Same with Lu Xun, who is status infliction as well. So this is a huge buff to commander. Makes people like, Dongzhuo has been feasting after update 4, and they just keep giving him stuff. Sunsa, same deal, gets barrier damage added. This is a really nice change to add barrier damage to people that did not have it previously. This is a really fun change that I love. Duchao and Xiao Chao both get their activation conditions changed, and then also their effect now counts for each other. So they buff each other's attack as well as their husbands, which is a great thing. It makes them even more fun to use. I think both of them are now, very high tier characters. Duchao I was very impressed with, and Xiao Chao, you know how I feel about her. I think she's one of the strongest new characters in the game. Her X attacks are incredible. This is just another reason to give her a try and use her if you haven't. Peng Tong now has talent included for his barrier damage, so we're just adding more barrier damage effects to kind of even out the fact that a lot of people don't have barrier damage, so they've tried to make that a little bit better. Strengthening the effects of various unique tactics. Genji's, which it makes sense because she was kind of a poor man's Chosokobe. Zushu, which is great because his unique tactic affects not just Shu now, but also Brave General and Wei, I believe, which is awesome. Sumusha, same deal. Hanbei needed a buff. He only had 40% attack bonus, now he has even more. Tokugawa, same deal, only 60%, now has even more. Naotora E, another strength in there. Kai will boost Flowers of War even more now. So Sasuke as well. Great changes here. This is the one that I don't really know. Lessened the summon skill upgrade conditions of the following heroes. Zhang Zhao Kuni. Okay, that's not what I meant. I meant this bug fix. A bug that caused summon skills to be mistakenly treated as Muso attacks and the damage they dealt to be calculated incorrectly following upgrades to Zhang Zhao and Okuni's summon skill Disarming Wave. Now, what does that mean? I think it's so specific that it doesn't mean that they have nerfed Disarming Wave. There must have been some issue, but they don't say that they've decreased it or increased it. It's kind of a weird wording here. It doesn't really tell us a whole lot. Disarming Wave is incredibly powerful now. If you haven't heard, it's probably one of the best summon skills for clearing phases now. It's just crazy. So I'm still going to be using it. I haven't seen anyone online saying that it's been heavily nerfed or anything. So should still be good to go there. Fixed a bug preventing Karen's blades from being upgraded after Nobuyuki Sanada's Transcendence. That's great. I didn't notice that, but glad they fixed that because I love Nobuyuki. Fixed a bug in which slashes were not triggered. I never noticed that. Fixed a bug that reduced attack by more than intended amount for the debuff. Decrease attack by 50% for summoned heroes who do not have blanket in the training hall. Makes training hall easier, means you don't have to, it felt like the summon skills were even worse than 50%, so that's nice. Fixed a bug causing a plus 5 seconds notification to be displayed after starting Void Ephemerality. Who cares? Void Ephemerality is terrible. If you're trying to get Records of Sin, you should be in Depths of Torment. The most I've seen anyone do Void Ephemerality is at round 24, and the records are bad. At that point, you only get one rank 4. It's not worth it. There's not enough ways to increase your time. I played the mode a couple times, and it's just such a waste of time. They've got to address it more than just some random bug that I didn't even notice. All right. A bug causing check marks to appear. Don't really care about that. Fixed a bug preventing the following works from being triggered correctly. So this is one that Winathan also pointed out and actually sent a bug fix report to them, and they said they would address it. So the free movement Record of Sin didn't work, and then the decreasing hero rerolls did not work either correctly. We fixed issues with text, the description, because I think it said increasing rerolls, and it was supposed to decrease rerolls, and it did neither, which is funny. Fixed a bug preventing Rachel's drop from midair if quick summon was triggered during her charge attack too. Man, I wish I had seen that. That sounds funny. Audio playback timing when Muchi defeated. Okay. Audio playback when falling heroes take damage. Ryza and Yumiya. Okay. Volume, some sound effects, and then the classic made other bug fixes and improvements. There you go. Who knows what that is? We'll have to kind of uncover them as we go here, and maybe there's some new bugs, but hopefully not. So that's going to do it for this video. Nice little quick one here for you guys, going over the changes from the update. The most exciting thing is they have increased crystal, in my opinion, they've increased crystal bead appearance rates at treasure chests. That is huge, and also increased the amount of karma embers we get and tears above we get from chests and also from trees. That is huge. And the adding of the effects that are barrier damage and status infliction for various hero types that previously did not potentially have access to that. So those are the things that really are going to help the game, help characters that are kind of lagging behind a little bit. Would love to see some runs with Dachao and Jachao. So let me know what you think of this update. Let me know what you found, people that you think are crazy now. Would love to hear from you down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any updates on Warriors Abyss. And like this video if you learned something, or if you learned something about the Winathan tool. It's really, really great. Give it a try. Join the Discord. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.